Hi everyone, this is Luciana with Motion Crafts, and today we have an amazing animation stamp and die cut set. You melt my heart. I love this set so much and it's perfect for summer. It has so many different little stamps with the coordinating die cuts as well as the ice cream truck. You can make so many different projects, and you can make the ice cream truck with the animated wheels or with the regular ones as well. And it also comes with the die cut, so you can create a second slider for a surprise and cute message. You can create your own coloring pages, or you can play with your watercolors using the watercolor paper and all the fun and colorful paints that will coordinate perfectly with your project. So let me show you everything that you get in this combo. You get a 4x8 photopolymer clear stamp. We made it larger because I wanted to add all these little flowers and leaves and sentiments, different mini ice creams with the matching die cuts, so you can create your own ephemera and add so much detail to your projects. You also get 50 double-sided adhesive foam strips that are 1/8 of an inch and are perfect to make your sliders. And you also get 5 animation grids that are made of acetate and are ready to use. But one of the great things is that you get your own animation grid die cut. So you can use this die cut with any cardstock that you have and die cut as many animation grids as you want. The animation effect works best when the ink matches the color of your animation grid. So if you're stamping with black, I would choose a black cardstock, and then let's say you're stamping your wheels with blue or with red, I would die cut my animation grid out of blue cardstock or red cardstock. Let me show you everything with the packaging so you will see exactly what you get once you open the envelope. The stamp and the die cut on the right are just extras that I have there as a reference. I think I forgot to mention before, but you do get the instructions included as well. Okay, so I think we're ready to start putting our card together. So our first step was to stamp, color, and die cut our ice cream truck. Then we're going to have an A2 card as our base. That's 5.5 by 4 1/4 inches. And then out of any scrapbook paper or pattern paper that you have, that's also 5.5 by 4 1/4. We're going to use it for the front of our card. We're going to use the die cut for the wheels, and we're going to use them as a template. Align the edge of your die cut with the edge of your pattern paper, and then place your ice cream truck on the card using that as a reference. I'm placing my ice cream truck slightly to the left, so I leave a little bit of room for my pull tab. So now we're ready to die cut the wheels on the front of the card. I love that the wheels and the die cut are connected, so we don't have to measure anything and everything is ready for us to die cut. Now we're ready to stamp our animated wheels in their place. And for that, we're going to be using our A2 card. We're going to align the front of our card, and we're going to use it as a template to mark slightly where the animation wheels are going to be stamped. Notice that the animation wheel has a base, so it's easier for us to align it and keep it straight. For the animation effect to work the best, the lines of the stamp have to align with the lines of our animation grid. Take your time to align it with the mark that we just did with our pencil, and remember to keep the base of the stamp aligned with the edge of the card. Now we're going to use the animation grid die cut, and because I use blue ink, I'm going to use a blue cardstock. This is a detailed die cut, so we're going to be using our precision base plate or the regular sandwich for your plates that you're used to using with your detail and intricate die cuts. I'm using a C6 machine, so that's why I mentioned before the precision base plate. I'm using the chrome one. And I like to run it back and forth twice so I can get all the little lines without problem. How fun is that, right? I always get that happy feeling when you can see the animation that you just made out of paper and stamp. So now we're ready to put our slider together. If you don't have your die cut machine with you, you can still do the animation card by using the acetate grids that come in the kit. So you can use the animation grid die cut as a template so you don't have to measure anything and it already has the shape with the stopper and everything. And that's a great idea to make a quick card. You can fit 3 animation grids in one acetate grid. I would recommend using black ink so the animation effect shows the best, but because this is a dark blue, it works perfectly. Also, play with your stamps and move your grid back and forth as many times as you want until you find like the perfect speed for the animation to show. But because I'm stamping with blue ink, I'm going to actually use the animation grid that I already die cutted out of cardstock. I love the skinny foam strips that come in the kit. They're double-sided, they're like 1/8 of an inch, so they're perfect for our slider. So we're basically making a channel for our slider to move back and forth. The die cut already has that shape, so it's easier for us to put a stopper so the grid won't come out when we're sliding it to the right. Perfect! So the last step will be to put our foam strip on the top to complete our channel. If you have a powder tool, I recommend using it along the channel we just created, just to make sure that our cardstock doesn't get stuck when we move it back and forth, but it's not necessary. Here, I decided to create a little notch in the bottom and in the top of the card, so it's easier for us to grab our slider. And then I use a couple more foam strips just to even out the card, so we're ready to close it. Don't forget to put your slider in, and now we're ready to close the card. So just take your time here to make sure that everything is aligned and then press down softly to close the card. So now we're ready to glue our ice cream truck and then decorate with all the stamps and coordinating die cuts that we have to create our beautiful card. But I love how many extras do you get in this set. So we actually have another die cut that will help us create another slider in your ice cream truck where you can place a secret message. To do that, the first thing we're going to do is die cut our window in the ice cream truck. Then if you want, you can die cut the canopy for the ice cream truck, and then the other die cut is for our slider. So here I'm going to go ahead and color the canopy, and I love how it looks when you use the foam strip and it creates that 3D effect. We're going to cut a piece of cardstock where we're going to be stamping our secret message. And what I like to do is use our ice cream truck as a reference so we can match the top edge of our cardstock with the top edge of our ice cream truck. That's going to help our slider to run smoother and to not get caught when we move it up and down. To make our second slider, we're going to start at the bottom by placing our foam strip to the side of the top of the wheel. And then we put a little piece of foam strip on the other side. Then we're going to place foam strip at the top edge of our ice cream truck to prevent it from sliding out. Our slider has a special shape, so it's easier for us to place our stoppers at the top. Then we're going to add a few more pieces of foam strip just to make it even and easier for us to glue it on top of the car. Then I'm going to mark with my pencil the area where I can stamp on my slider. So I mark the bottom of our canopy and the bottom of the window, and then I slide it up to see if the full message will show once it's in the highest position. Then we're going to mark the area where we're going to be stamping our secret message. So I keep my slider up, and then I use that window as a reference and mark it with my pencil. We have so many different things that we can stamp as our secret message, and then we have different sentiments as well. We have "You are so sweet," "Summer," "Friend," "Hello," "Thanks," and "You melt my heart." So have fun with it and choose your favorite. So once you stamp both of your messages, just remember to erase those little marks that we made before. Alright, so we're ready to glue our ice cream truck to the front of the car. After we peel the backing of all of our foam strip, just keep your slider in place and then align the ice cream truck to the wheels. Now you're ready to test your slider and make any adjustments if needed. For the top of our slider, like a handle of it, we have two different options that you can use. In this car, I'm going to be using the big ice cream that it has the coordinating die cut as well. But we also included a die cut that's the shape of a sign. So that's a little rectangle where you can stamp all your sentiments and different stamps, and they also act as a sign. So now we finish our card, and then we can play around with all these little stamps and die cuts to decorate our front of the card and make it sweet and fun. I really love this set because you get so many different stamps and so many different coordinated die cuts as well. It's kind of like you can create your own ephemera and have so much fun with it. Also, remember all the different combinations and possibilities that you can do with this set. You can stamp your ice cream truck and use the animated wheels like here. You can choose to make or not the second slider with your secret message. That is like a second surprise. You can stamp it with the regular wheels and make the slider with the secret message, or you can just simply have fun with all the different stamps and make your own scene. You can stamp your own mini coloring page, and you can also have fun using your watercolors by stamping your stamp on watercolor paper and playing with your paints. So have fun and get creative, and I can't wait to see your amazing projects. Thanks so much for watching.